So as I've said many times before, ultras are definitely not something that are to be underestimated. They're not easy. The more you train, the more experience you get. There's definitely a spectrum of difficultness. You know, a 50K on a rail to trail might be pretty easy. 50K in the mountains with 10,000 feet of gain, it's going to be a little bit tougher. But in the end, if you go out and challenge yourself, that's what it's all about. That's what you walk away with. You walk away with this kind of life-altering experience that you've pushed yourself way beyond limits that you thought you had, especially at the beginning of ultra running. You really surprise yourself, and I can tell you it does change your life. But I wanted to talk a little bit about how many times I've quit. How many times have I quit ultra running? And those of you who have run ultras are probably going to have a little bit of a grin on your face. I've quit probably almost every time I've run an ultra. Usually in the middle, I've quit halfway past the middle, so about 3/4 of the way is another way to put that. I've quit. You quit in the end, but ultimately, when you get to the finish line, you cross it, that's when things start to make a change. You start to think, it wasn't that bad. I finished. All that whining and crying over the last 40, 50, 60, 80, 100 miles plus has just been that. It's been whining. It's been your body fighting your brain, telling it that you're dying. And through that training, through that mental grit, through that toughness, you found a way to finish. And you walk away with that, and you now know you can do it. Given the right circumstances, all the variables that can come into play, that day you could do it. Next time it may be different. I've had that happen in ultras where the same course was finishable one time and not another. But quitting is something your brain and you as a person are going to have to deal with. The possibility of it, the possibility that you really don't want to quit. Usually within a week after finishing a large race, I'm back looking. Got to do it again. And it happens every single time. That this tells you how much ultras are just a mental challenge. They really are. I know they are physical, but our bodies can endure way more than we think we can, than we think it can. The brain is able to be manipulated. The brain is able to be argued with and pushed to do things it doesn't want to do. And that's ultimately why I do this. They're always hard. Every single time I go out and do this and think, well, you know, I've done 26 of these. And the universe will find a way to find me a new challenge that humbles me and says, you know what, doesn't matter how many of these you've done, you're not the man. And I get that. So then I go through the periods of getting out of shape and then wondering, man, do I still have it? Do I still have the ability to push through this stuff? And I can tell you, whether or not I've been in the best shape I've ever been or in questionable shape, I've been able to finish under both circumstances. That's why I'm telling you it is mental. You're gonna quit. You're gonna quit in races, before races, after races. The real battle is, are you gonna stay quit? That's all I got for you today. Let me know if you've ever felt this way before in the comments. I'll talk to you soon.